Yes. Uh-huh. This thought that you're going to allow court hearings where you're going to issue court orders. Yes. Orders for mental health evaluations, district courts. Yes. Orders for child support payments. Oh. And you're just going to allow for the miscarriage of justice because you don't like me. I'm going to sue you. I don't know what it is that makes law enforcement think that they don't have to enforce the laws. Yes. But for each of them that thought that they didn't have to, they actually have to. Now, I'm wanting my sons, and I'm sitting at the library making videos. Yes, where I'm going to put them on the YouTube, then I'm going to email you the documentation of miscarriage of justice. Now, I provided the public court record about the dissolution of marriage and the domestic violence order. Yes. The individual cases as well as each of the court hearings that are docketed. Now, why don't you just go ahead and have my sons contact me? Yes. I like to reside with them and I'd like to have custody of them. And then I'd like to speak to Marilyn about why it is that you kept sending all of my mail, yes, to Mike Van Proyen. Now, those in the post office, yeah, that say I can't sue you, yes. Well, there's misprison of felony, yes. Treason, ouch. Oaths of office, yeah. So, before you say right now that I can't do something, you better check with your attorney because I can. And for any post office that would say, well, we just don't like the guy, if you intentionally didn't put the mail check in the mailbox because you were going to sit on it at the post office, I would investigate each right now. It's not a good idea disliking me. It would be better for you if you did like me. Now, there were some pictures that I had put online last night. Yes, that I thought were very important because this erroneous miscarriage of justice. Yes, I realize that there are numerous federal laws insert a provision that any person application for relief has been denied may file for judicial relief. Yes. And that the court may admit additional evidence to avoid a miscarriage of justice. Now, let's say you wanted to avoid that. Yes. There are federal laws with respect to the acquisition, receipt, transfer, shipment, or possession of firearms. And for under this chapter, to act in a manner dangerous to public safety. Oh, or to conduct his operation in an unlawful manner. Oh. Now, these importers of firearms, licensed manufacturers of firearms, licensed dealers of firearms, or licensed collectors, yes. Why don't we just get those that sell firearms, that manufacture or import them? Now, in the recording, yes, this erroneous denial of firearms, yes, yes, yes. A miscarriage of justice in 2011 that was erroneously issuing court orders without any requirements of law. Yes, rules and the rights of the parties named. Yeah. Due to the provision of erroneous information relating to the person by any state or political subdivision, or by the National Instant Criminal Background Check System established under Section 103 of the Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act. Yes. Why don't we get all of those that are on that criminal background check system? Oh, we could go through that, and then why do we go through the data service providers? Yes. Now, there's this idea that I can bring in action against this state, yes, every state, ooch, each and every county, each reservation in each city of the United States that has knowledge of erroneous information that's been provided for, yes, well, you can deny me the right to purchase a handgun. Pooch. Now, whether or not I want to exercise that right, yes, it is a right to own firearms. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I thought, yes, in looking at the considerations of anything of value, yes. Let's say you're a public official and there's that misprision of covering up fraud, yes. Forgery, miscarriage of justice for each of the court hearings, yes. And then this idea that you're going to enrich yourself using anything of value. I need to know all the actual weapons and ammunition that you have as a police officer. Yes. Everything that's registered as a serial number of a purchase. Yes. All gun permits, pooch, of every person that has a badge on in the United States. And then all those politicians. Yes. hmm That would think gun ownership is so important. See, if you take it outside of the right of the known Second Amendment right, and you put it within the requirements of the law, let's go ahead. Miscarriage of justice, where you said I don't have to enforce the requirements of the law to be able to issue a protection order right now. I don't have to enforce the rules of the court as individual counties of the United States of America so as to protect the Second Amendment right. Yeah. I think it violates federal legislation known as the Brady-Handgun Bill. This erroneous denial of firearms, where I would have the right to purchase them if I wanted to use that right. Yes, because of the refusal to enforce the requirements of the law as well as court rules. Now I'm going to sue each state of the United States. Yes, for not protecting the rights of due process, right, equal protections of the law, for not enforcing the requirements of the laws of the individual states, yes, known as state statutes, and not enforcing the court rules of their individual counties. Yes. Now, there's a class action lawsuit, a new one that I'm telling you about. Boop. Let's say that the class action lawsuit about protection orders where you didn't enforce rules, requirements, and you can understand that this could end up being $1 trillion worth of class action lawsuits when I get done with that.